Nomadikh.
How's it going, guys? I'm Nomadikh, and today we're at episode 2 of the 2000 XL video series. Like I say in every video, if this is your first time, I recommend you start in the first episode so everything makes sense. Today we're going to be talking about loading and saving samples. More specifically, we're going to go through the file browser, and we're also going to discuss some of the naming conventions and how they're a little bit different from the other MPCs. Alright, so we're going to start by turning the machine on. Switch is in the back. And this one loads a lot quicker than the 1000. Alright, so we're good to go. So upon first glance, the home screen, you'll notice, looks slightly different. For the most part, it's pretty similar, but you know, we'll get to that pretty soon. So the first thing we want to do is figure out how to load samples. So the first place to look is the number pad on the left. And if you notice underneath all the numbers, there's this little gray box that has second features. So this one says mixer, this one says other, MIDI sync, sample, trim, program, song, miscellaneous, load, and save. So the first thing you want to do is load samples. So in order to load and to hit this button, all you have to do is hold shift and push 3. So now we're going to be in the load screen. And this is slightly different than the MPC 1000. There's a couple differences here. So the first thing you want to look at is where it says device. That's going to tell you exactly where you're going to find your sounds. So basically ATAPI means whatever you have plugged in to the front. So I have my compact flash card right here. So that's ATAPI. You could have a zip drive or a floppy disk, whatever you have. ATAPI is going to be in the front. So if you scroll through it, you're going to see FROM. That's like your internal saving location. Not really as important. You don't need to mess with that too much. So you also have this SCSI, and SCSI is the thing in the back. So if you have this hooked up to a zip drive or hard drive or whatever, that's where you'd go to load those sounds. So you could see that I don't really have anything hooked up, so it doesn't know where to find anything. So we're gonna go back to ATAPI, which is where I have all my stuff. And right here, this is where you can view the file browser. So in order to open the file browser, you pick Open Window, and this will let you view your directory. So in here I have a bunch of sounds in my temp folder. I just made this. So if you tab to the right, you can go into it, or to the left, it lets you go back. So all you have to do is go in here and hit the close, and you're gonna be in that folder, as you can see up on the top. So basically, there's a couple differences between the 2000 XL and the 1000 in terms of file naming conventions. So I'm going to go through that right now. And if you select the view on the top, you can see you can filter what kinds of file formats you're looking for. So the first one that you'll find is .snd. Now, .snd is basically like a WAV file, but it's just the MPC's native audio format. So it's just, the MPC can load it quicker. It's just it's better for the MPC, but it's not really any different than the WAV. It just likes to save it in that format. So .snd is just audio. .pgm is the same as your programs. .aps is a file that will load all of your programs that you created when saved. So basically, this is a file name you don't really see in the MPC 1000, but when you're saving your projects, you want to save a .aps file in order to save all your programs. So that's something slightly different. .mid is just a MIDI file. .all is all of your sequences that you created into one file. If you load that, it'll load all your sequences. .wav is obviously audio. .seq is just a single file for one of your sequences. And .set, I'm not really sure what that does, but I don't think you really need to know what that is. So that's basically all the file naming conventions. So let's just load something up just to see how it works. So we're going to pick .snd. And if you want to hear what it sounds like, you can't just hit the button, or you can't hit a pad. You have to pick do it and from this screen you can hear it. So if you pick play, you can hear that sound, and if you like it, you can hit keep. If you don't want it, you can hit discard. So I'm gonna keep going through and listening to stuff. Maybe I don't really want that one. Nah. Maybe I want this one. So if I want to load it, all you have to do is hit keep, and it'll load that sound. So let's keep going through. Maybe we want kick, maybe we want a snare. Maybe not that one. Maybe we want this one. You hit keep, and load a hi-hat too. Maybe you want that one as well. And obviously the assign to node is selected right now, but if you don't want that, you can just turn it off. No big deal. So let's keep that. So that's basically how you go about loading files. So if you want to save, you can push the save tab up here, or if you want, you can also go back to the home screen and hold shift, save right here. So this is where you go to save, you know, all the stuff that you've created. So you have different saving options. Save all sequences and songs will basically create a .all file, which is just all your sequences and songs that you have. Save a sequence just saves a .seq. Save all programs and sounds creates .aps. Save a program and sounds will create a program file, and the sounds that you're using as well. Save a sound, just obviously just saves the sound. And yeah, copying operating system, whatever, not too important. So that's basically it. That's how it works. All right, I hope that was helpful. Next week we're going to be talking about programs, tracks, and sequences. So stay tuned.